Matt here at the Arb Show 2019. I'm joined with Martin. Nice to meet you, mate.
Matt,
we're at the
nice
GreenMech stand looking at the new chipper they've got, the 165, and this is the D, the diesel version. I've just having a go at the chipper myself on the demo over the other side.
Good.
Really nice chipper. What can you tell us about the specs of it?
Well, let's go wind it back when we first started to design the EVO165. We first of all looked at sub 750. We've already got that covered with the Arb 150, which we retain. What we wanted to do is throw that 750 kilo out, because obviously there's a lot of people that aren't affected by sub 750 anymore.
Yeah.
And this machine is just under the 1,000 kilos now.
Okay.
So it's like somebody saying to you, well, make the best 6-inch machine you can get, and without any, holds really. So that's what we've done.
Okay.
So
then we got the 165.
Yeah, so we ended up with the 165. The one remit that did change was the fact that we've coming ahead now. We've got the stage 5 engine emissions coming through.
Yeah.
And we're basically got an emissions-proof engine now. That is a stage 5 compliant engine. So we haven't got to worry about that in the future. That will work for ages, basically.
Okay. And what's the difference between this and the petrol version? Just purely
Just different
engine?
That's it.
No
and
problem.
obviously the weight. It's slightly shorter, so we can accommodate the engine better without it looking silly. But it's the same unit, same process and everything.
So what are some of the features we've got here on the hopper side of it?
Well, first of all, what we wanted to do, we've gone back to the horizontal roller position.
Yeah.
We've started cutting back up at 9 o'clock, so you're getting more control of the feed of timber. We only put it at 6 o'clock when, the striking position at 6 o'clock, when the rules were that you could have no bottom safety bar, maybe a lower table.
Yeah.
Moving it back up to 9 with horizontal rollers has given me a smooth control of material going through. So having a wider opening, that's 220 by 165, nice wide opening. We need a wide open in-feed chute itself.
Yeah.
You don't want to be snedding it down too much, so that's what you get with this. We've put a new floating bar system on here. There's 4 points of actual contact here. Where you're pivoting at the top generally, you're getting more sensitivity at the lower part of the bar. With this, because you're pivoting here as well, you're getting equal sensitivity right the way through.
Okay.
So you're less likely to trip the safety bar with material going in. And we've also angled the bottom bar out, so again, getting less tripping going on.
That was something that I initially noticed.
Yeah.
And you're not going to get anything stuck in there, are you?
No, it's a nice flow through. And to make things simple, we've got a throttle on here, so it's electric throttle. It's just simply press the button to go up and press it to go down.
To go back down.
And then you've got your feed and reset on there as well.
Yeah, I like that because you don't have to go around to go and turn it off. You can
it's
just,
all here.
do it there,
And that emulates both sides, so it's not just one side, it's both sides.
Yeah.
And obviously nowadays we have to have a stop button at the top.
Yeah.
Can't get away from that. We've got that. You also note we've got this bracket, and that is for folding the discharge chute on for parking up in a garage.
All right.
A lot of people have got height restrictions to get into
garages and vans and things like that.
So as we continue down the machine, you'll note we've got clear tanks now on this one, both oil and fuel tanks, so you can see where you are.
Yeah.
They're easy to fill. Here we have a bank of grease points. We've upgraded what we're doing here, so the grease points will stay nicely secure onto the grease points, where before we had issues where pipes were coming off and grease wasn't being delivered.
Right.
So all bar one grease point can be got through on this machine, and that is one just literally for the bearing, which is so close.
Just see it there,
put it on the bank.
Right.
Apart from that, we've just got 2 grease points on the hitch itself. That's it really. So it makes life very, very simple.
That's great for maintenance, isn't it? And for keep on top of it.
It is simple, but you do still have to open the bonnet and check all your hose lines and cables and belts and everything. You can't dismiss it all.
Oh, yeah.
It's nice to have it all here, but you've got to check things over still. It's normal. This is standard. This is your flow control valve, so you can speed or slow down your rollers. If you're getting really heavy, dense green stuff, you give the processor a little bit more time. And you can control the chip size as well, just simply on that block there.
Oh, brilliant.
All right, that's all standard.
That's a good feature, isn't it?
The major change in here is the fact that we've gone onto a 101 kilo flywheel, which is double the weight to where we were with the 150.
Right.
Lots of momentum in there. loads of power, and that actually will throw the material really well. We've opened the flywheel up as well, so there's no enclosure on here.
Right.
So it's just where we want to be, really.
Yeah, I noticed with the chip that it was sending out there before, it was really decent pieces, and it did send it quite.
Well, you need a big chip
well
to get projection.
Yeah.
So it's a great step forward for us on this one. But we're still retaining the fan that manages the hot air, which allows us to basically have acoustophone on the unit to make it quieter.
Right, is that why it's quieter then?
Yeah,
it is noticeably quieter, isn't it?
This is 114 LWA, which is a lot quieter than anybody else's.
Right.
And if you look at the board here, it'll explain 85 decibels is your protection area. Beyond that, you need ear protection.
Yeah.
So at what point does 85 kick in? And that's 8 meters away from this machine.
Right.
If you're the 120, you've got to be 16 meters away.
Yeah.
That's, so you can see the noise emulating from the machine itself becomes less as you go out.
I suppose in built-up areas and
hospitals, colleges, offices, housing, this is a great machine to have around it.
Oh, that's impressive.
You can never make them totally quiet, but you'll get a bit
for a diesel machine. That is impressive, isn't it? Yeah.
Hey, one of the nice features for me on this machine is its mono chassis that we've got going through the unit. Where before on the Arb we were looking at multifunctional chassis, so we could put it into a track unit. We could make it into lots of models out of one chassis.
Yeah.
Thrown that out the window on this one. We've basically put a mono one-piece unit, and everything is built within that. So it's a cleaner line, and it makes it look a lot tidier, to be honest with you.
It's been built from the ground up then, basically,
Literally,
hasn't it?
yeah. And our actual components on this are about 50% less than what we wear on the 150.
All right, okay.
So I'm not trying to kill the 150 off. It's still there as a sub 750 and still sells well. But this is the next stage up.
Yeah.
And you see it's very different.
Okay. Brilliant. What's the availability like on these, and how much are we looking at?
We're taking orders right now on the diesels. The petrol one is still a little way off. It's about another month in development to finish it off.
Okay.
Dealers are placing orders right now. We're looking at first delivery back end of July, early August, and then we'll be into full production with them.
Okay.
And we're launching only in the UK at the moment. International will go out Q1 next year.
Right. And what price would we be looking at?
This one that you're leaning on at the moment is £17,750 retail.
Okay.